Well, young lady, and what have you got to say for yourself?
Well, I was...
You come home over an hour late. You pick the lock and then try to sneak in. I am disappointed, Susan. Very disappointed. My girls have never given me this trouble in the past. I've always had every reason to be proud of them, until now.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Beamish.
I should think so. This is a respectable establishment. We do not allow a behavior like that here.
Mr. Faulkner, is that you?
What do you want, Latham?
Look, I'm sorry about what I said before. I wasn't thinking. It's just that I need someone. Just for a little while, just to have a chat. I promise I won't...
I told you before, Latham, you're wasting your time.
I just want to talk, honestly. You see, they're going to take my little girl away from me and I can't... Somebody's got to help me! Oh, come back, you bastard! I'll tell them that you laid me!
Well, don't we look good? You got for parole this morning, Bea?
No, but I think she'll probably be having breakfast with the governor.
Oh, come on, knock it off. Can't a girl look her best without getting a hard time from you lot?
Who did it?
I did most of it myself. Doreen gave me a bit of a hand with the back.
That looks good. Well, ladies, get a move on. Don't want to miss breakfast, do we?
Are you kidding? Have you tasted it lately?
Come on, hurry up. Well, hurry up, Latham.
Thanks very much for last night. All I wanted was someone to talk to, didn't I? Anyway, the other offer's still open, so why don't you have a think about it?
There's nothing to think about, Latham.
You don't know what you're knocking back. I could do little things for you, and you could do little things for me. All nice and friendly like.
I don't know what stories you've been hearing in here, but I'm not employed as the prison stud.
Oh, look, I'm sorry, Mr. Faulkner. I don't want to get you into trouble, honest. It's just that I really need help to get to see my little girl, and, well, I'm willing to pay you the only way I can.
You don't need my help for that. Just go and see the governor. She'll help you. Look, I know what you're after, and it's not going to work. First, there'll be a letter or a parcel you want smuggled out, then some dope and grog brought in. The answer's no.
Is that what Sandy Edward wanted, then? I meant what I said. I'll scream my head off that you made me sleep with you.
I think you'd be better off forgetting all about that. You've got quite a reputation in here. No one would believe a word.
Bastard.
Latham, get them on. Your parole's been revoked.
Oh, bugger it.
You're still here? You'll miss your bus.
Yeah, well, I went back to sleep.
I'm not surprised. The time you came in last night, or was it this morning?
Oh, don't you start. Old Beamish has already had a go at me. I don't see why we can't have a key and come and go as we like.
Yeah, that'd be great. This is a hostel, not a hotel.
Yeah. Well, I can't tell the difference between this and Wentworth.
Oh, it's not that bad. Beamish might act like a jailer sometimes, but she looks after us pretty well. And some of those girls are a real pain. She doesn't mind if you stay out late, as long as you check with her in advance.
Yeah, well, that's freedom.
Saturday night's the best. She doesn't mind if you don't get home till midnight. Oh, cheer up, Cinderella. You'll go to the ball.
Have you got anything on today?
Yeah, I've got a real boring morning of English literature. The inner meaning of Wordsworth and all that garbage. Can't wait till next term when we start on D.H. Lawrence. Classics are okay, but they don't age very well.
Are you going out tonight?
No, I've got 2 assignments to work on. And you better not go out either, or Beamish will really be down on you.
I'm supposed to be free now. I'll come and go when I like.
Okay, but do yourself a favour. Get permission first, eh?
Yeah, okay. Oh, hell, I'm going to be late.
Yeah, has anyone seen Judy Bryant? Yeah, she just went... Ah, there she is, right behind you, Mrs. M.
Judy, where have you been? I've been looking everywhere for you. And you haven't even changed. Now, I've left clothes for you in your cell. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mrs. Morris. I got a bad case of nerves, you know. I just thought I'd work in here for a while till it was time to go. It's time to go.
Yes, now come on. How do you think she'll go, Mrs. M?
Well, I've spoken to the detective involved, and he's right behind her appeal. I wouldn't be surprised if she got nothing more than a lecture from the magistrate.
Well, I better go. I got a lecture to attend.
and she's got Buckley's.
Oh, you're a cheerful little bugger, aren't you?
Bloody parole boards and the courts, they're all the same. I've seen it all before. The coppers get bloody minded when they get in them courts. They don't want the judge to think they've made a mistake.
Nathan, outside.
What did I do?
Just get outside. Get on with it. You were talking alone with Steve Faulkner this morning. What was that all about?
Oh, that. Oh, I was just asking him how I go about getting a visit from my little girl, that's all.
Oh, you surprise me, Latham. I would have thought you could have lied more convincingly than that.
That's the truth, Mrs. Powell.
It didn't look like it to me. Why did he say no one would believe you?
They never. Well, he did, but...
Listen, Latham. By the time the police check up on your frauds and you finally get to court, you could be in here for some months. Now, a charge of blackmail, that's going to add extra time.
But I haven't done nothing. I wasn't blackmailing him. I was just asking him to help me, that's all. I was mouthing off. Oh, I wasn't going to say anything anyway.
Anything about what?
About me and...
Has he been making advances towards you?
No.
Listen, I want to know, Latham. If he is giving you any trouble, there's nothing I can do about it unless you help. Come on. All you're going to have to do is make a formal statement and lodge a complaint against it. We'll take it from there. For God's sakes, Latham. A corrupt officer is no good to anyone, you or me. Now, I'm sure you would have blinked once before you gave in to him. I want to know what happened.
I've told you nothing happened.
And I told you I don't believe you. However, if you do tell me the truth, I'll drop the blackmail charge.
Well, what happened to me if I do tell?
You'll make an official complaint, that's all. There'll be an inquiry, you will be questioned, but there's no need to worry about reprisal.
I haven't got much option, really, have I?
What was that all about?
Oh, nothing. Just old hoe-face pushing her weight around as usual.
About what?
She saw me and Steve Faulkner having a chat this morning and she's barking up the wrong tree.
Well, I'd hate you to think I was eavesdropping, but I heard the word blackmail.
Yeah, that's the wrong tree she's barking up.
And you set her straight?
Yeah, of course I did.
I hope so. Faulkner may be a bit of a dill, but he's done us quite a few favours in the past. And anyone who gets him into strife has me to deal with.
Mr. Faulkner?
Oh, excuse me. Yes, Mrs. Powell.
What were you and Chrissy Latham talking about this morning?
She wanted me to help her get her daughter in for a visit. I told her to go and see the governor.
Well, why should she ask you in particular to help?
Beats me.
Wasn't in return for some sort of favour, I don't suppose.
What sort of favour?
Well, like, talking about you going to a cell last night?
What a load of crap.
No. I don't think so, not in your past reputation. Latham's made an official complaint. The governor would like to see you before you leave the prison. And she is prepared to make an official complaint. Yes. Well, Mr. Faulkner?
Well, what? There's no point in me saying anything. You've obviously made up your minds already.
That is not the case at all. But we must protect the women. If they make a complaint about an officer, which is their right, then we must investigate that officer.
And that's what's going to happen to me.
Well, I have no alternative if I'm not satisfied with your explanation.
All right, for what it's worth, I hereby deny the charge.
Mrs. Powell, did Latham's claim seem genuine to you? Well, yes, of course. Otherwise, I wouldn't have reported it. Well, knowing Latham, I could believe she would encourage the situation. But I cannot allow the suspicion that you took advantage of it. I'm afraid I will have to suspend you from duty pending an inquiry.
May I go now?
Yes. Mr. Faulkner, I am just as upset about this as you are.